Obviously, the conflicts and the complications and the aggression are so appealing as an actor, but maybe I'm just getting too sensitive in my old age. I just felt so empathetic to everybody that they were missing the opportunity to really understand each other. That seemed so, especially Violet and Barbara, I thought, here are two really interesting, fiery personalities that will never be able to appreciate one another. Well, they're coming together under very strained circumstances, for starters. And I mean, it's so cleverly constructed by Tracy, because you've got the heat, you've got the house, and it's dark, and it's, just, nothing good is going to come out of this house. And add to it why everyone's come, because the dad is missing, and so there's a lot of emotions going on for everybody, and they all haven't been together for such a long time as a group. So the setup is so beautifully constructed for all of the historic wounds to get reopened. Well, when the movie starts, I think she's just undone. She's having somewhat of a midlife crisis spurred by the fracture of her marriage, and she's just kind of a mess of a girl, really, when it starts, and still trying to have some kind of forward motion in her life. Her relationship with her daughter is a mess, and her relationship with her husband is a mess, and then she goes home to the worst mess of her entire life, which is her mother, and all the secrets, and it's a lot. Most of the content of the movie talks about the inescapable orbit that we're all on to be our parents and make those same mistakes, and that it's just everyone's destiny in some way. And yet, I think in the last vestiges of the piece itself, there is that ray of hope that maybe it's not etched in stone. It was astounding, really, and such a privilege to sit and watch each person have their moment. And I have such a huge appreciation for acting, obviously, and it was like a Christmas every day, watching everybody perform these scenes and getting to see Julianne Nicholson and Meryl, just at every turn. What she was doing was she's like a surgeon, it's so precise, it's so detailed. I thought the scene in the back of the car with Abigail was a particularly meaningful, beautiful scene on the way to the dock, that early morning scene. It was just very touching. I mean, my kids are much younger than Abigail, but the idea of a mother just having one moment where she can just tell the truth and expose herself to her child of what she's really scared of, and how deeply lost in despair she is. I thought that was a touching scene. I had seen the production. It was masterful, and there's no repeating that, because it's a new day and it's a new piece as reworked by Tracy. And I think Meryl was the one who said early on, this is a whole new family. It's just a whole new set of understandings that we have to come to. And so in that way, we were all free to do what we felt was correct. He was really terrific, and a couple of things stood out to me as the key elements of his wonderfulness. One, he's always smiling and always cheerful, which on some days was all that kept us afloat. And he was so prepared. His depth of research about not only each character, but just the history of the family, the history of Osage County, the Plains, Oklahoma. He was such a wealth of information about so many different elements of where these people came from, that I found that hugely rewarding. Really, in the darkest moments, that's when things do get funny, and I think that Violet definitely has a kind of a gift for the absurd, which is very amusing. Like when she talks about smoking, and she's very funny. You have to have that.